Okay, guys, so this is activity 2M, and I'm going to be honest and say that the first three problems were super easy. All you have to do is find a common denominator, and you divide into those many parts. So right here, it was 3/4, and they gave you 2/3. So I kind of found that 12 was the least denominator. So then 4 I multiply by 3. So what you do on top, you do on the bottom kind of thing. So in this case, what I did on the bottom, I'm going to do on top. So 3 times 3 is 9. And then 3 times 4 is 12. So 2 times 4 is 8. So now I have 9 12s and 8 12s. So I can come over here and locate them on the number line, as you can see, without having to even find 1. You just know that this is 8 12s. So this space, I used a ruler. Sorry, I'm kind of shaky because I'm holding it free-handed. So I knew that there would have to be 8 lengths in here. So remember that that doesn't necessarily mean that's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 tick marks, but 8 lengths. And then I just measured this distance from here to here. That's the same from here to here. So 1 is going to be 9, 10, 11, 12. So 1 would technically be this tick mark. However, it says without first plotting 1. So that's why I didn't put 1 there. Now, I'm not going to lie. These bottom two problems, I about pulled my hair out. Total disservice by the book. It doesn't explain the how to go about it. So I had to go back to my math friends and look into that. At the same time, using some of the answer keys from the book that I have on my teacher text, still not given much clarification. So kind of like, I have this answers here. This is not in the book. This is how I would solve it. You just kind of take the two fractions and you cross multiply. But then the question is, what does this mean? So this is kind of like what we talked about, the rigor level, trying to, or being able to explain it. So here's kind of what I was able to conclude. And this is one of those things that are new to me also. Sorry, I'm so shaky. Because I'm in the old school where the teacher said, this is how you do it, and that's how you did. And you didn't really question why. That's just how to get it done. So right here it says, so far Sue has run 1/4 of the mile, but that is only 2/3 of the total distance she will run. What is her total running distance? So how far is she going all together? So kind of like not in the book, the correct answer is 3/8. So here's how I was able to figure it out. So right here, I took the 1/4 of the mile and I multiplied it by 2 because that's equivalent to 2 parts. So what you do on top, you do on bottom. So that gave me 2/8. So that means that this is 2/8. So that tells me that I need to fill this would be divided into 8 sections all the way to the mile, to kind of give you an idea. So the mile is divided into 8ths. Now from there, I was able to go back to my 2/3. Well, that's only 2/3. So that means that my 2/8 is 2/3. So this is 1/8 is 1/3. 2/8 is, 2/3 is 2/8. So my full 3/3 that she ran total, that was equivalent to 3/8. It's a really weird way to think about it, but that's kind of what I was able to come up with. So when I did the same thing with Tyler, kind of checking back with the not in the book procedure, then I had 2/3 and that was 3/4. So that was 3 parts of my total. So multiply numerator and denominator by 3. So I ended up with 6/9. So here's my 6/9, which corresponds to the 2/3, which is my 3/4. So I knew that I needed to divide this into 6 equal parts since this is the 6th part. And then by using some other math, knowing that that means that I would have divided these into 4ths. So I knew that 1 2 made 1/4, 1 2 made 2/4, 3/4, and this is just like pure mental math because you would have to do it basically either way mentally since it's on the number line. So another 4/4, that gives me 8/9. So Tyler ran less than a mile. 9/9 would have been the mile. And Sue also ran less than a mile because she only ran 3/8 of a mile. Now, these are problems I thought were really hard. Didn't really have a whole lot of explanation or any really at all in the book. I found these. They're on page 69. And if you just want to do these, I'm not even saying for extra credit or anything, just to kind of check yourself. Problem 20 and problem 21. You can go ahead and do those. If you want to do those, go ahead and pause the video, because here in a second, I'm going to give you the correct answers for those, just to kind of make sure that you're kind of testing yourself and checking yourself. So go ahead and pause, and I'll wait a few seconds and then provide the answers. Okay, so for problem number 20, the correct answer is that Benny, hang on a second because I got to write in video at the same time. Benny ran 5/8 of a mile. And I went ahead and did it the same way, and it kind of worked out. Tested with the non-book way, and I'm not saying that again, these are not easy. I think it's really hard to explain this. It is Common Core for 4th and 5th grade. So just kind of keep yourself on your toes. And then number 21 is about Mahela. I think that's how we would say her name. And the answer for Mahela is that she ran 15/4 miles. So ideally we would turn this into a proper fraction, because it's in proper, or like a mixed number. And this will give me 3 3/4 miles. She's a runner compared to the other guys. So this is the answer for these problems that I said were extra, in case you wanted to go ahead and practice those. These are again on page 69. That's where I found them. Okay, good luck.